Hey everyone, COE33 here. Welcome to the Upstairs Game Room, the Retro Room. And guys, I'm real excited because today I'm going to share the SEGA Dreamcast Collection with you. Now, if you're following the channel, you know this month is Dreamcast month, so I've only been collecting, playing, and sharing Dreamcast content all month long. And I thought, what a good way to cap off a month-long Dreamcast extravaganza with a little updated 2022 SEGA Dreamcast Collection video. And this should be a good time. Now, guys, I'm up here in the Upstairs Game Room. I got it all fired up for you. Of course, I got the virtual pinball machine going, and a little funhouse is on there at the moment. The newest addition to this Upstairs Game Room, my little mini Replicade up here. It's like a little miniature scale version of a Tilt Arcade back in the day. Of course, with the Galaga machine, the Miss Pac-Man, the Dig Dug, and even the little change machine there, which is pretty awesome. And then over here, the Mortal Kombat arcade cabinet. Let's just see what's going to come up next. I have the attract mode on random, and usually it cycles between. There we go. It took a second. What is this? It's kind of cool because I've got like 10,000 games on here, and when you have the random attract mode cycle like this, you never know what you're going to see. And yeah, this is some kind of soccer game. I don't know, in television maybe? I can't even tell. But yeah, pretty cool. And of course, the Atari shelf over here. Now, we did Atari updated collection recently because we had Atari month, but that's not this month, is it? It's Dreamcast month. So why don't we go over here to the wall video games, and let's take a look at the Dreamcast collection. So of course I got the Nintendo shelf here and the Sega shelf over here. But now with the Dreamcast, guys, it's kind of an interesting collection because growing up, now I actually bought my Sega Dreamcast in 1999 on launch day. I waited in a big long line, really hyped for the Dreamcast. Picked up my launch day Dreamcast, which is still going strong, by the way. I've been playing that all month long, streaming Dreamcast on Twitch with my original OG Dreamcast, and that's been a blast. And so I still have all the games, because I was really into Dreamcast when it was out, and I was picking up all the games, but guys, I was a teenager, and I didn't know any better, so I took those games, and I took them out of their beautiful cases, and threw away those manuals and all that artwork. I don't know what I was thinking. And I put them all in a binder, which is kind of tragic. So I tried to make, lemonade out of lemons, so to speak, and I created this wall display right here. So I've got Dreamcast sign up top, and then I have all my games. These are my original OG copies from back in the day, and you can see they're all loose, but I presented them on the wall, as a way to I wanted to keep all my original copies here, and I wanted to have a way to display them. So this is what I came up with. And you know what? I think, all things considered, I think it looks pretty good. So I'm happy to have all these OG copies. And maybe one of these days I'll start going through and I'll be picking up boxes and manuals on eBay or something, or at a convention, and try to start completing some of these. But I'm just glad that I have these games and that I can play them. So guys, without further ado, why don't we just start talking about some of these games and going through and seeing what we got. Okay. Shenmue. Guys, gotta have Shenmue on the Dreamcast. Talk about classic. Now, I know I've seen some divided opinions on this game lately. Now, it used to be that people love Shenmue. And a lot of people say it's boring and they don't like it now. I hear that all the time. But you know what, guys? I love me some Shenmue. This was a big deal when it came out. And it's a great game. And look at 3 beautiful discs. Look at that artwork there. So awesome. Okay, moving over. Phantasy Star Online. Now, that's a game I never got real big into. You could play that online back in the day. And that's a pretty cool feature, but it's not one of my favorites. But what is one of my favorites is Grandia 2. I played that game all the way through, I think 2.5 times. I don't think that's the third time I played all the way through. But I put a lot of hours into Grandia 2. And what a great classic JRPG. If you guys haven't played Grandia 2, I definitely recommend it. Another RPG on the system, Silver. And I actually want to revisit this game. Now, I remember when I played it, was it as good as like a game like Grandia 2? No. But did I enjoy playing through it? I did. I think I rated it at the time probably like a 7 out of 10 or something like that. I'd be curious to see how that holds up because it's been a long time since I've played it. Now, one of my all-time favorites, guys. Skies of Arcadia. If you have a Dreamcast and you like JRPGs, you got to have Skies of Arcadia and Grandia 2. Those are the two kind of heavy hitters. And Skies of Arcadia, wow, what a gem. Another game that I would love to revisit. But I have played all the way through it, but it's been a long time. Sonic Adventure, guys. Now, I played through this recently. I actually played all the way through it on Twitch and had a good time streaming that. And that holds up, guys. Sonic Adventure, great game, even to this day. What a blast. Sonic 2 The Trial, Resident Evil 2. Oh yeah, boy, Resident Evil games on the Dreamcast looked better than ever back in the day. I love me some old school Resident Evil with the tank controls. Those are my jam. I think, well, up till it was Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and Code Veronica that had those wonderful kind of classic old school Resident Evil vibes that I really like. And another game that has some old school Resident Evil vibes, Dino Crisis, another great game, and one I played through recently as well. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Resident Evil Code Veronica, one of my all-time favorite games, guys. I love Resident Evil Code Veronica. Almost my favorite Resident Evil game. I think 2 probably narrowly squeaks out a win there, but Code Veronica is right there in the discussion of, for me at least, of all-time favorite Resident Evil games. And guys, I was playing this recently. I was streaming this and having a good time, and I was making good progress. But guys, this is a little PSA for you. So, you know, these games have had a rough life. And I was playing through Code Veronica, and it got to a spot where it just would not go any further. And I looked at the disc, and I put it up to a light, and I could see through it. This disc has a little bit of disc rot on it, guys. It's kind of tragic. Not totally surprising, just because of the rough life that disc has probably had over the years. So I need to replace my Code Veronica disc 1, because I gotta have that in the collection, and it's one of my favorites. And yeah, that was pretty tragic, but that's okay. We'll get a new copy. Speed Devils, guys, what a great racing game. I love Speed Devils. It's one of my favorite arcade style racing games, especially on the Dreamcast, and I don't think it gets much love. Hydro Thunder, of course, one of my all-time favorite arcade experiences, going to the arcade and playing a little Hydro Thunder. And then all of a sudden we get this port on the SEGA Dreamcast, and for the first time ever we have this kind of arcade perfect home port of an arcade game. Good times. Tomb Raider Chronicles, you guys know I love me some Tomb Raider. I have a whole shrine downstairs in the Dragon's Lair dedicated to Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider The Last Revelation. Soul Calibur, this was the must-have game back in the day when you picked up your Dreamcast and you wanted to go home with a game that you knew was going to be a winner. It was all about getting that Soul Calibur and playing with some buddies. Good times. Dead or Alive 2, another great fighting game on the system. Power Stone 2. Wow, this game has gone up in value over the years. It's kind of a spendy little game. Just that disc is worth, oh gosh, I forget, like 75, 100 bucks or something. I would need to check again. But kind of a spendy little game. A fun kind of environmental fighter with destructible environments and different weapons and power-ups and stuff. It's really cool. I like Power Stone 2. It's a good game. Unreal Tournament. Of course, Midway's Greatest Arcade Hits Volume 2. The Sega Smash Pack. South Park Chef's Love Shack. I haven't played that in ages. I wouldn't mind playing that again. See if it's any good. I can't remember. I remember it being kind of like funny and inappropriate, and there was a kind of an alien probing mini game or something I seem to recall from that, but it's been a while. Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. Leaf and I played that on the channel this month. A little Let's Play. Vigilante 8-Second Offense. You know, it's not Twisted Metal, but it's pretty awesome. Coaster Works, that game's pretty meh. Virtual Tennis, lots of great sports games on Dreamcast, and that's one of them. Another one, Sega Bass Fishing. Now, if you have Sega Bass Fishing, you know, it's worth getting that Sega Bass Fishing controller. It's one of the great fishing peripheral controllers. I love it. And yeah, I had a lot of fun playing that recently as well. NBA 2K, all these great sports games. NHL 2K, NFL 2K, World Series Baseball 2K1. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, guys. Some of the great sports games of all time. Just some of the great games of all time. They hold up. They're a lot of fun. I love me some Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Trick Style, that's all right. And Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. So these are my original games, guys, but I have some more games as well. So why don't we go over here to the Sega shelf and then scroll down to the bottom here. Now on the bottom shelf is where I keep my kind of complete in box Sega Dreamcast games. So let's see, what do we got here, guys? We got a little Crazy Taxi action. So I do have a complete in box Crazy Taxi that I picked up. I forget where I got that, but it's nice to have a complete in box copy. Okay, we'll get into some of the pickups from this month. San Francisco Rush 2049. What a nice pickup to add to the collection. And I enjoyed playing this recently as well. Actually, I played all these. I did a Sega Dreamcast arcade racing kind of stream where I just went through and I unboxed all these and then I put them right in the Dreamcast and played them all. And that was a lot of fun to do on Twitch. MSR, Metropolis Street Racer, Sega GT, Demolition Racer. It's a little meh, that one. One that's not meh, I thought this was a lot of fun. 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker, arcade style, almost a little crazy taxi, at least with the graphics and some of the mini games. Destruction Carnage, big rig fun. I like it. Sign me up. Daytona, classic. Gotta love some Daytona. I didn't get that sticker off of there, huh? Virtual Tennis. NFL 2K1. NFL 2K2. NBA 2K1. Now, guys, on a lot of systems, sports games are kind of considered, pickle juice. But I will say that these games are really good. These sports games on the Dreamcast, I think they hold up and they're a lot of fun. And then I got the Dreamcast generator disc. Now this and the online disc came packed in with Dreamcast back in the day. So I guess this might be my original copy from when I picked up my Dreamcast. It must be, huh? Yeah, probably. Okay, so let's move over here, guys, past 32X games over here, because I got some more Dreamcast games. Dreamcast games everywhere. Okay, so some of these, these are all repro boxes. Some are legit copies and some are not. So I got Plasma Sword in a repro box, but it's a legit case. Propeller Arena, this game never released, so this is a repro all the way around. And yeah, this is actually a really cool game. I like it a lot. You go around, you're flying your plane. It's dogfighting action. And yeah, it's a quality Dreamcast game. This is a repro case and a legit disc. Fighting Force 2, pretty cool. And then Sonic Shuffle in a repro case. And then this, I need a legit copy of this because I actually want to play this. I don't think I've actually beaten this game. I may have, but I honestly don't remember. Sonic Adventure 2. And yeah, this needs to happen sooner or later. I should pick up a nice complete in box copy of that. Okay, pickup I got this month, guys. Confidential Mission. It's a rail shooter, a light gun rail shooter. And a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing that. Although it was the sound on it was kind of messing up, but that was because of my capture software. But the game itself is really cool. House of the Dead 2. What can I say about House of the Dead 2? You guys know this is one of the great arcade games. A really good, solid port. Another light gun rail shooter. Nice to have. Nice, clean copy of House of the Dead 2 in the collection. We're getting down to the last few games here, guys. Zombies Revenge. I had this one. Well, I don't know. Did I own this back in the day? Maybe not. Maybe I just rented this. But I remember I was out and about. Leaf and I were on the hunt. I think we were, we were like in Salem, I believe. And we were at a game store. And I remember seeing this. I think I paid like $15 or something. There's probably an On the Hunt episode where I picked this up. Zombie Revenge. Really fun. I like it. It's cheesy. But it's a fun arcade beat 'em up. And then we got Slave Zero. Hot 4-player action, it says. And then last, guys, but not least, we got the Floygan Bros. And I need to play this. I actually have a Floygan Bros poster that I got back in the day. I forget where I got that, but it was like a promo. And I've been carrying around all these years. And then I went ahead and picked up Floygan Bros, but I haven't played it yet. I don't think this is particularly good, but it would be fun to play nonetheless. And guys, that is my Sega Dreamcast collection. Like 50, maybe a little over 50 games, something like that. And I look forward to continuing and growing the collection over the years because it is one of my all-time favorite consoles. When I think of my favorite consoles, it's Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast. These are, the all-time greats in my opinion. And yeah, I love me some Dreamcast. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm posting new videos every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You can count on that. Follow me with my game collecting adventures on Instagram at The Game Hunters. I'm live streaming on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday. I'd love to see you over there. I'm playing all original hardware at COE33. And of course, there's the community Discord, the Dragon's Lair, where you can hang out when I'm not posting videos on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye.